Alright, I am here. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? I think we've had... hi, here. God damn it. Alright, I should probably set up my... There we go. Now I'm very smart, I swear. I just grabbed my freaking... VR controller. I mean, technically that could work, but I'd have to map them. I don't really feel like doing that, though, because the batteries on these things are kind of garbage. And by that I mean not the batteries themselves. They're good. They're good batteries. They last a long time. I mean that they don't, for some reason, hold that charge very well. As in, the battery indicators are busted. Every time I supply it with a new pair of batteries, even if I checked the batteries before to make sure they were full charge, it's like, nope, these batteries are low, be ready to change them. Apparently you can fix that by reinstalling the firmware, but I am not able to do that. Maybe it's a problem with the controller itself. It is, unfortunately. These are very old, not old, but like beat up controllers when I bought them. I bought them secondhand from a local seller for like, well, that and the headset for like 80 bucks for like a Windows Mixed Reality headset. Despite the name, it is basically a VR setup. It's just, it integrates with Windows. That's the only difference. Also, I don't need lighthouses in my room, so I can actually play this in my chair. That doesn't mean I'm going to start playing VR chat. Here, hang on, let's go to this. There we go. That doesn't mean I'm going to start playing VR chat on stream, because, like, I don't know what I would do. Like, yeah, there's games on VR chat that people have made, but, like, maybe I'm a weirdo, but I don't find myself wanting to stream basic socialization. I don't know. It just doesn't seem that interesting to me. Like, maybe if, like, the collective group of people are entertaining to listen to. But, good, that works. But, I don't know. I don't feel like I make good background commentary unless I'm commentating on something myself. Sorry, I'm just finishing setting everything up here. I'm a little on the late side because I was also trying to get rid of my breakfast. I totally didn't sleep in today. I desperately needed it, though. At work, I closed last night, so I was exhausted. And I just needed the sleep. Woke up, my body was like, alright, I know this is a soft bed now and everything, but man, does my back hurt. Actually, specifically my right shoulder. I may have done something to my right shoulder. That's not good. Alright, where is the sound? Where's the opening? I want to hear the loud opening that scares the shit out of me every time. Come on. There we go. I was prepared for it this time, damn it. Okay. So. We may finish the game today. So here's the thing. Next week, basically the entirety of next week, I won't be able to stream. So, what I'm thinking of doing is getting to the end of the game and trying to beat it. If we can. Which I don't think we will be able to, but we'll see. If we can't, then disregard what I'm about to bring up, but, like, if I beat this game today, we will do the extra Abyss dungeon. Not next week, but, like, when I come back. That way, we'll actually have this game finished. Ride to the crane? No, to the top floor. Let's go to the top. This is a very elaborate lock for a door. There we go. Yep. What? If that elevator stopped that quickly, you would jump. Okay, this is kind of creepy. They're all just kind of standing here.
Looks like Ash isn't here yet.
That's a look.
What happened to her? She's one of us. Chased out of a city and treated like a slave before coming to this tower.
Extra Abyss Dungeon. Does that, does sound like some post-game content. It is. And from what I'm aware, it's New Game Plus only. So you have to play through the Tales of the Abyss is a very long game, especially if you decide to go through everything. So you have to go through everything twice. And then at the end of the game, you unlock an extra dungeon. That I didn't even know existed, by the way. I look around and nobody talked about it. But I remember seeing a playthrough where that's what someone did.
Why have you come? Are you the one who will walk the path of death with us?
You intend to give up your lives to erase the miasma?
We realized that there was no other way. No. We decided it is what we must do.
You're being persecuted by the originals, just like he is. Yet you'll still disappear for them?
This is not for the originals. It is so our many brethren who have not yet made it here can find a place to live.
So they're doing it for each other instead of for the originals, huh?
A new nation will arise from our corpses. Do you not desire our deaths as well?
I mean, no. We have Luke here who proves that's definitely not the case.
I told you I'd do it. Why are you here? Ash, I told you, Replicas! I am the one who will die with you! Come!
That was kind of janky, but gets the point across.
Ash, stop this foolishness!
Listen to her, Ash. Stop! Stop trying to tell me what to do! Get out of here! You're a replica too. If you stay here, you'll be caught up in the reaction and disappear. Who's going to free Lorelei if that happens? You can free Lorelei. I'm going to do this. Do you want to die that badly? No, I'm the same as you. I don't want to die. But I'm a replica. I'm weaker. I couldn't even receive the jewel to free Lorelei. It needs you, not me.
Luke.
The one who dies here should be the one who's unneeded. The replica. Me.
Why do you keep thinking that you're unneeded? What does it mean to be unneeded?
That's enough. Unneeded? I did not have everything stolen from me by someone unneeded. Don't insult me. Let go of me. No, I can't let you die. What the? The sword's reacting. Is the jewel nearby? Let go!
I agree with Luke. If we must choose one, it should be the original.
Luke, stop!
Everyone, give me your lives. I'm going with you. Stay back. Guy, thanks.
You stupid bastard.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to stay here. Not for anybody else. I want to live. But it's not working.
The seventh phonons that had gathered are dissipating. The miasma won't be neutralized.
The jewel. The jewel's power to disperse is interfering. Damn it. That idiot just didn't realize he had it. Could he possibly be any more of a nuisance?
What? So we had it the whole time?
Ash! Don't worry. I have no intention of dying with you. I'm just going to give your hyperresonance some power. You can disappear by yourself. Thanks, Ash.
Ah, that sound! Ah! Well then. So that happened. Does that mean Luke is gone? They're both there. Wait, hang on. I think I saw a replica.
Remember your promise. Give the surviving replicas a place to live, in return for our lives.
Goodbye, magenta filter. Finally.
I, Princess Natalia of Kimlaska, swear on my life that I will fulfill that promise.
As do I. We won't abandon the replicas. In memory of your sacrifice, like that of my sister.
Me too. You're just like Ion, after all.
I'm alive. Why?
Thank goodness. I thought you were going to disappear.
Oh no, she got raptured. Oh fuck. Also, Tyr's voice cracked heavily.
What's this? The Jewel of Lorelei.
Wait, we had it. It was inside of Luke.
How? I thought you couldn't find it anywhere.
This idiot accepted it from Lorelei just fine.
The
He
jewel.
just happened to absorb the phonons that compose it into his own body.
So he did the thing that Jade does with his spear.
He was so stupid he didn't realize it until his body began to disintegrate.
Wait! Where are you going? We have the key now. We can go together.
If we were together, the God Generals would come after us. I'll act on my own until we locate Van and are ready to release Lorelei.
The real jewel was the friends we made along the shut up way.
You used a level of power that should have destroyed you. I'm extremely concerned. Please, get a medical examination in Belkind.
Right. I saw right through my arm. What was that?
I mean, you nearly disintegrated.
Stop following me around like I'm a little kid. Go wait outside.
What are you talking about? We're all worried about you.
Just go.
Well, if he insists.
Okay, we'll be waiting at the inn.
You don't need to follow me into the examination room.
I'll be blunt. You should check into this hospital immediately.
Why?
The phonons binding your cells together are separating and declining dramatically.
Luke, my boy, this is a place where all true warriors strive from.
It's highly likely that very soon, your cells will disintegrate, and you will die.
Can you cure it if I check in here?
No. We can only postpone the day you vanish.
So I'm going to die.
So, you weren't going to die right away.
Don't tell the others about this. But it's okay. I don't
So
want them
basically,
worrying
Luke's
about
got cancer, and then Luke died.
Very well.
Basically. Luke's got, separation cancer.
How did it go?
He said my blood phonons are a little low, but I'll be fine.
Really? That's great!
You sure are tough, Luke.
I'm relieved.
Jade doesn't buy it for a fucking
Well,
second.
I guess we can relax a little then. You must be tired. Return to Batigal with your report on the miasma. Then get some rest. Understand?
Yes. His Majesty should have
Ah.
returned to the castle from the summit by now.
Of course not. This is Jade.
Yes, and we still have the task of freeing Lorelei. You have to regain your strength.
All right. What?
You're a naughty boy telling lies again.
Yep, Jade sees right through us.
I'll go along with your story, but take care of yourself.
No one can keep anything from you, huh?
You're just a bad liar. Also, let me warn you. Your phonons must be undergoing rapid separation. Don't use your power any more than you absolutely must.
Right. Thanks, Jade.
Mew is there, which means he's immediately going to probably drop the bomb, isn't he? Ow! Oh, that was not pleasant. Ow, foot. Why? That was not pleasant. Ow. Alright. So, now that we have done that, though, there is a couple side quests we can do. After you talk to Sue, who I believe is the doctor, and stub your toe on something. No, I have my legs crossed, but my little toe had like a spike pain for a moment. I don't know. It's fine. Alright, first things first. To Doth! Alright. So the first thing we want to do, we have to learn these sacred powers. Purify those who would be, fuck. God damn it. I don't remember the incantation that Kratos says in Tales of Symphonia. All I remember from that line was just, "Rest in peace, sinners," and then he casts the spell. But we should be able to get a new art for Tyr. And all we have to do is go to Ion's room, because apparently there's some information there that we can use. And apparently this is the last Grand Phonic hymn piece that you have to find specifically.
Phone Master Ion, I'm so sorry. Why did you do this?
Tyr.
Ion, why?
Oh, hi.
So this is where you were. I have a message from Maestro Trityme. A memorial service for Phone Master Ion will be held tomorrow. Such services are normally limited to members of the Order, but if you would be so kind as to join us...
We'll go, right?
Yes. Please allow me to express the grief of the Emperor as well.
Yes. I also wish to represent Kimlaska. No, to offer my own feelings and prayers as well.
Ion was our friend after all.
Tyr, I'd like to ask you a favor.
What is it?
Sing your phonic hymns.
The phonic hymn.
Ion said he liked your hymns, that they felt nostalgic. Yulia's hymns together make another hymn, right? Please, sing the grand phonic hymn.
But I don't know the 7th hymn.
Then just the part you do know. Please?
Go on and sing, even if it's not complete. I'm sure Ion would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tyr, I think that song can be a form of prayer.
Okay.
What the?
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining
my
our
neck.
service.
That wasn't pleasant.
I'm sure Ion was pleased to see you again.
What was that in the middle of the service?
I don't know, but the moment I sang the 5th hymn, I felt a power that had never arisen before. I thought I understood its symbolism, but...
Perhaps removing the miasma from your body has enabled you to use higher-level hymns.
At that moment, I heard the phone master's voice. I believe that Ion must have lent you his power.
Yeah, I heard him too.
Me too. I think Maestro Tritime's right.
Perhaps such things are possible.
But why?
What's wrong?
Even though I don't know it, I felt like I could have sung the 7th hymn.
The one you haven't been taught yet?
Yes, it must have been my imagination. Perhaps Ion's power granted me that illusion.
Yo! We learned Judgment! Does that mean that Judgment is actually just a Dothic phonic art and Ion just gave it to us? Sure, that's my headcanon now. I like it. But yeah, now we have Judgment, which I don't know if it's a very powerful art, honestly. Oh, I had Force Field turned off all this time! I could have had protection from enemy attacks all this time, but I didn't. Man, Force Field is not very useful then, apparently. Judgment is fire? What? I guess it uses the 5th phonon, so that makes sense, but... okay. Alright, so next thing we want to do... I want to check something right quick. Do I not have it? Yo, I don't have it. Alright, well, there's only one thing left to do then. We're gonna go get ourselves a costume. So if you guys remember when at one point we did a huge part of a stream where it was just trying to do a side quest for 2 Lovebird characters that didn't want a Lovebird because enemy nations. Well, one of them is dead, but apparently if we go to the tower, we'll get the final part of this side quest. I would think the side quest would end when Friggs dies, but apparently not. General Cecile, what are you doing here? I heard that Aslan was here. I had something I wanted to give him, but there's no one here anymore, is there? I'm sorry. Please don't blame Luke. The general here was a replica, not the person you loved. I know. He's already dead. The person who disappeared here together with the miasma was someone else, but... why can't I accept his proposal? Why didn't I present... I'm trying to say accept. Why am I trying to say present? Bleh. Why didn't I accept his proposal back then? If I'd known this was going to happen, I shouldn't have worried about names or honor. I should have gone to his side at once. General Cecile, let's go back. You mustn't stay here. No, I have nowhere to return. What am I supposed to do in a world without him? With his dying breath, General Friggs asked Yulia to please bring happiness to her. He was talking about you, wasn't he? Aslan. Let's go back. General Friggs prayed for your happiness to the very end. I don't believe that happiness he wished for meant dying to the monsters here. You're right. There. So where are we taking her exactly? This is far enough. But it's alright. I can't pull my feelings together, but I can think about happiness, the happiness Aslan wished for me. Oh, let me give you this, Skylardia. It's the Knight's Regiment I was going to give Aslan upon his the Knight's Regiment I was going to give Aslan upon our marriage. I brought it to the Tower of Rem thinking I could at least give it to his replica, but I can't accept something like this. There's no one left to claim it. I thought about offering it to Aslan's grave, but we were never actually married. You're my cousin, and you knew Aslan. I think he would be happy for you to have it. Alright. I bid you my leave. Now we have the Dashing Gent, which I believe is actually a costume title for him. Yo, we got a new costume for Guy. He does look quite dashing in this. I like this. I like this a lot. It looks good. Yeah, we're gonna keep that on Guy, honestly. On the topic, maybe it's time for a costume change. You're right, honestly. We've been, well, except for Tyr. Honestly, Tyr, I think, works with the costume she has. Does this one give a costume change? No. I kind of want to go to the normal costumes just to see what we get, but... I think Wild Saber is the one we had there. I think Annis can stay the same, too. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. I don't know if I have any other costumes for Luke, because I've got this and Viscount, which I don't think gives a costume change. Oh, it does. Yeah, we'll go with this. Evil Phonist. Battlemaster? I think gives him a costume change. I'm not gonna lie, though, I kind of like his Evil Phonist outfit. Although this works, too. If I had more of the costumes, I would use them. Say for the beach costumes. I don't think I have any others for Natalia, though. Yeah, I only have her one other costume. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that outfit. A shame, considering the current season. I know, right? Although, I kind of need the Curious Princess title on her, because it gives better drops when searching stuff. If I had Tyr's monster outfit, the one you get for completing it, which is basically just Kitty Tyr. It's adorable, but it takes so goddamn much to get it. I will, however, at one point, activate codes that will allow me to have everything, so maybe I'll do a costume change for the final dungeon, too. Because I intend to also give myself maxed out cash, because even if we use the method we use to get cash on this game, it'll take me a while. And I don't exactly want to sit here for 3 minutes, or 3 hours, rather, trying to do that. What's the next part of this side quest stuff? Oh, wow, we could have done this earlier. Oh, hang on. If you're playing the 3DS version of the game, you should be able to get this one now. If you're playing the PS2 one, you'll need to wait a little longer. I'll remind you when. Okay. No farming stream? I mean, it's literally just me going back and forth selling forks, spoons, and knives. I would imagine at some point it would get kind of boring to watch. Does Tyr have a slower walking speed? No, her animation is just slower. So it sounds like she's slower at walking. Huh. You know, I want to try this while we're here. We're a lot more powerful. We also have the Ultimus. So we should be able to do the advanced level a little bit easier. Assuming I don't use arts that just kind of sit there and tank damage. Jesus, I thought I would have a lot more health than this, too. Oh, you're the team tournament. I don't want to do that yet. Wait, what? Oh, no. That's not what I want. I want this one, then. There we go. It'll be me! I will participate! Wait. Do I still have my arts? I have Jades, which is nice, but, Right, because I was spamming that to try and learn Indignation. Hopefully that would work. Alright, time to kick ass and take names. Let's try this.
Let's go! Don't get up! I'm done with you.
What was that animation? Oh, he blocked me. Ba 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 ba. Come on, chase me down. You can't get me. I'm not stalling. You're just an overlimit. There we go.
See ya. I'll do whatever it takes.
Ta-da! I got smarter. I didn't just spam arts all day. It's a legitimate strategy. Exactly.
Let's go.
Hold on. I have an idea.
Guardian field.
Wait, I have an even better idea. No, this one. There we go.
Guardian field. You're mine.
Oh, I only got one.
Now die. Who's next? Field thunder. Lightning tiger.
I missed. Damn it.
Fang blade. Rending thrust. See ya. Rending havoc. Devil's inferno. Didn't work. Who's
Oh, they resist fire.
Spear
Okay.
cannon.
All right, look.
Light spear cannon.
Okay, what other arts can I use darkness with? Probably sideways, right? Or rending quake?
Rending thrust. Who's next?
I guess not.
Rending thrust.
Damn it.
See ya.
You know what? I'll just attack them. This is probably the best thing to do.
Who's next? Swallow Fury. Swallow Fury.
Damn it, I was hoping I could actually do that to murder just this one. Ah.
Rending havoc.
Okay. There we go.
Get out of my face.
That sword looks way too heavy to swing. Oh well. Well, that was interesting. What am I fighting next, then?
Let's go.
Oh, a big boy.
Take this. Guardian field. Light spear cannon.
Oh, I was hoping FOF would work. Damn, he hits hard.
Devil's inferno. Devil's inferno.
Aw, I was hoping I could charge it a little bit.
Take this. Devil's inferno. Bring it on. Rending thrust. Light spear cannon. You're mine.
Kaboom!
Now die.
A nice 10,000 damage! Come on, big guy, you can do it! I believe in you! Oh, you missed! You almost got me. Let's try it again, try it again, try it again. Come on. No, you almost got me. Come on. Come on.
Take this.
I'm a dick.
I'll do whatever it takes.
I'm such a dick. I'm so goddamn cocky.
Let's go.
Dinosaur, huh?
Light spear cannon. Take this. Rending havoc. Rending thrust. Take this. Guardian field. Light spear cannon.
Do I have any way to heal? No. Okay, probably a good idea not to tank more damage then.
Take this. Light spear cannon.
I saw you running around the guy, and all I could hear was Scots. I'm running in circles around, and the scouts. I'm running in circles around you, basically. I don't know why I said Scots. Oh, get out of the corner, please.
Havoc strike. Light spear cannon. Rending thrust.
Yee! Please don't kill me. There we go.
Just stay dead.
Agreed. Damn, that hurt a lot. Alright, is this the final battle? This is the final one. Alright, what are we fighting?
You're dead.
Oh, he's a big boy! Oh, he's got artillery! This is hardly fair. Wait, is that all he can do?
Havoc strike. Bending thrust. Light spear cannon. Bring it on. Take this. Guardian field. Found your weakness.
His weakness was light?
Light spear cannon.
Of all things? Okay.
Bending havoc. You're mine. Now die.
Now, too bad I'm not Tyr, so I can't exactly cast light elemental stuff.
Take this. Guardian field. Found your weakness.
Oh, Jesus.
Light spear cannon.
Oh, God, that hit hard. Oh, God! Oh, hey, that gave me more health. Thanks.
Light spear cannon. Guardian field.
There we go.
We're done here.
Yo, my max technique points went up. Alright, what do we get? 35,000 gold. And a gold medal! Yo, I got the Sword of Swords! And Soul Crush? What was that? Hold up, what was Soul Crush? Brutal power, but hard to wield. A prize for the Colosseum's Advanced Single Challenge. Did I just get a better weapon? I got a weapon that's more powerful than the Ultimus. Hey guy, I got a new sword for you. Bro, I think you just got Soul Edge. It does look like Soul Edge, doesn't it? It does kind of look like Soul Edge. Yo! I'm rocking this. So, Sword of Swords. I don't think that's a costume, though. No, it's not a costume, sadly. But yeah, I did not realize I would get a new weapon. That also means that I could technically do that with every character and get a more powerful weapon. Not right now. I'm already stupid strong as it is. I say that, but I definitely died during the Colosseum run. Okay. Let's see. So supposedly we can do this now. Or not.
We can report to His Majesty tomorrow.
I'll return to the castle. Please come to the audience hall tomorrow.
Oh, well, perfect. That makes this cutscene, or this side quest thing work out.
Okay.
Then.
The rest of you, make yourselves comfortable in the manor. I'm going to my room to rest.
Tyr! Tyr!
Oh no, Mew, don't rat on us.
Mew, what is it?
I have to tell you a secret.
Secret? What are you talking about?
I can't tell you, Master.
What?
Okay, I'll listen. You go get some rest, Luke.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
The look on Luke's face. Don't be a snitch, Mew.
I'm going to disappear. I wonder when. How much time do I have?
Huh?
I'm here. Come in.
Luke,
Oh, it's you. What's with the serious look?
is it true your phonons are separating?
Damn it, Mew.
Who told you that?
Mew, he told me what you and the Colonel had discussed.
That little... Damn it.
How's your condition? Will you get better?
The doctor said it was too late.
No.
Tyr, please keep this between us. The only other one who knows is Jade.
Do you intend to keep them in the dark forever?
My condition won't change whether I tell them or not. There's no need to worry them.
Why? Why are you doing this?
If I'm going to die, I want to enjoy the time I have left. No, that's not it. I'm scared. If I tell everyone, they'll treat me differently. And every time they do, I'll be reminded that I'm going to die.
Luke, you're shaking.
See? I'm a coward. I'm already like this now. If the others knew, I'd never stop shaking and crying. I'd crawl into a little shell. So I figure, at least while I'm around them all, I can pretend it's going to be okay.
Damn.
You idiot.
Yeah, no kidding. I really am. Sorry to worry you, Tyr.
Okay. But please, don't ever hide anything from me again.
Okay. I won't.
Well, that went a lot better than expected. But you can hear the softness in both of their voices compared to, like, when this whole thing started. Let's see. I think I head to the main entrance then. Na 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 na. Actually, maybe I need to leave the manor. Oh. Wait, then where is everybody? Well, if I had to guess, they're in the drawing room. Why do they call it a drawing room? This looks more like a kitchen table. That lean, just... Wow, there's a freaking spread here, man. And you almost slept through this? You guys know you can pull your chairs in.
Grace, an emissary of the New Order of Lorelei has arrived at the castle.
So, they've come. Luke, I'm going to the castle. I want you to come as well.
I mean, what about the rest of us? We don't need to watch him walk.
It'll end up with a declaration of war.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the castle.
What about breakfast? What about breakfast? Oh, hello, Largo. A drawing room in a... Oh, hang on. Let me just get a line going so I'm not missing anything here.
Largo?
A drawing room is a room in a house where visitors may be entertained and an alternative name for a living room. The name is derived from the 16th century terms withdrawing room and withdrawing room and drawing chamber, or withdrawing chamber, which remained in use through the 17th century. Ah, okay, that makes sense. It makes sense when you call it the withdrawing room, because you go, you withdraw, you go, you relax, kind of thing. The idea of a living room in modern days. Huh. That's actually interesting to know.
I am here as an emissary of the New Order of Lorelei. How will you answer Phone Master Mose?
Our kingdom of Kimloska Lanveldir has agreed to abandon the score. Therefore, we refuse the New Order of Lorelei's proposal.
Then I can take that as a declaration of war against the New Order of Lorelei.
We have no desire to fight. However, know that if our land or people are threatened, we will respond in kind.
Sorry, I was taking a drink.
Do you understand what this means, boy? Scion of Lorelei's power. In erasing the replicas at the Tower of Rem, you've brought about a new conflict. The score is a fearful thing.
That's sophistry. To begin with, both of my sons are alive.
Father.
Is it?
Both of my
both
sons.
know that a score of extinction is written on the 7th phone stone.
We'll build a future where people survive. We won't let you destroy the world.
And we'll do the same.
It's not the same. You're aiding Mose, who persists in clinging to the score. According to your logic,
The Duke's awesome like that. Agreed.
I have pledged my sword to one master alone. Never forget that.
Largo, you don't use a sword. Whatever, semantics. I don't know why Mew walking out of the way was entertaining to see.
Van is gathering his strength somewhere, isn't he? But where?
Luke, I apologize for the matter of the miasma. But I was struck by the spirit of your resolve in the face of death.
Not at all.
We can no longer avoid conflict with the new order of Lorelei.
Sorry, fixing something on my desk here as well. There we go.
Please come to my room later with Natalia. I believe now is the time to hold strong our hearts and reveal the truth.
Your Majesty.
Father?
I'm glad she's not so pampered a princess that she just calls him daddy. But I guess she's a lot older, so, you know.
Father, what is it?
I have something to tell you about your real parents.
My real mother was Nanny's daughter.
I'm here with food. Ah, good. Ren, welcome here.
Yes, Sylvia. But I presume you do not know of your father.
No, Nanny left the castle before I could ask any more.
Your father was a mercenary by the name of Barak.
A mercenary? I see. But why tell me
Your
this now?
father is Luke. Oh, that would be awkward as hell.
We've learned of his whereabouts.
He's alive?
Yes. Natalia, be strong and listen. I feel I must tell you about your father because of the situation we now face.
What is it?
Barak is now in the new order of Lorelei.
What? Why? Are you sure that's correct?
There's no doubt. Luke has confirmed it. He currently goes by the name of Largo, the Black Lion.
It can't be.
Natalia.
Luke, this is some kind of mistake, right?
Natalia, it's true. He confirmed it himself.
So, here's the thing. I feel like him saying Barak would have definitely given it away. Because that's what he calls Largo when he tosses the pendant to her. Or to him. And Natalia was right there. Mango. I made a salad with tuna, mango, avocado, iceberg lettuce, cottage cheese, and mustard sauce. That doesn't sound like a good combination, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a
Natalia,
golden
where are you going?
oldie recipe. I'll have to take your word for it.
I'm going to ask him myself. I can still catch him if I hurry.
I've known this recipe for like
this.
20 years. Huh.
After her. There's no telling what she'll do.
There's like 7 of us in the goddamn room and none of us had the ability to just like, I don't know, grab her? Motherfuckers! I swear to God, we're a bunch of idiots. Oh yeah, we're gonna tell her the truth about her actual parents, and then all of a sudden storms off to chase after her father. God, we're smart. No, you're worse. You're JRPG protagonists. Fuck! You're right. Where did she go? There's no way she made it to the edge of the city already, right? Where is... There's no way. So she's gonna be at the port. Okay, I'm glad they tell us that. Are you trying to get everybody to watch that movie?
Natalia!
Your friends are here, Princess.
Why? Why did you join the 6 God Generals?
What good will it do to know?
Answer me! Barak!
My wife, Sylvia, loved to watch the sunset from here. One day, I had finished escorting a caravan across the desert and was coming home. When I got home, neither Sylvia nor our newborn child were there. I finally knew what people meant when they said they had a bad feeling. The setting sun was shining in through the windows, blood red. I searched all over the city, but I couldn't find Sylvia.
What happened to her?
Several days later, she was found floating in this harbor.
What?
Sylvia was hysterical when her newborn child was taken from her. She killed herself.
What?
No.
Sylvia's body was weak, but the score said we would have a child. No, that we must have a child. When I learned why, I threw away my life in Batikal. I drifted between countries. Eventually, Commandant Grants found me and took me in. Van said to me, the score is the planet's memory.
I'm gonna have to call the police.
Every
Jesus,
memory
Rand.
until the end of the world. And everything moves according to that memory. The score is merely a small portion of it, translated into human words. So Sylvia's horrible death was predetermined.
That's kind of fucked.
I hated the score, the planet's memory.
That is a horrible story. But the score isn't absolute. Isn't it just one possible choice of futures?
But if you always end at the same place, no matter what path you take, then free will means nothing.
The end is the same.
Even without readings of the score, this planet will keep its own memory and follow it. Van's vision of destroying the score is to destroy Lorelei, the planet's memory itself.
Free will means nothing. He gets it. Jeez, Rand.
He will earn the right for all living things to build their own future.
By creating a replication of the entire world just to be able to avoid the future? That seems a little... Oh, I mean, it makes sense. But it's still kind of fucked.
I believe in that ideal, and have chosen to join him. Remember this. Your methods are too weak.
Wait! You're my...
Princess Natalia. My beloved daughter is no more. She was taken from me 18 years ago.
If what he said is true, then as long as the planet's memory exists, the future we choose will always arrive at a single conclusion.
Is that why Van is trying to erase the originals? To entrust the future to a new humanity of replicas beyond the planet's memory?
Even if that's true? Even if that's true, the originals still die, right? The Commandant's plan won't save the people of this world.
Now, calm down. The most distraught person here is no doubt Natalia.
Luke?
Natalia, let's go back to the castle for now. His Majesty is worried about you.
I thought you were dropping the whole His Majesty thing and actually gonna call him Uncle.
Father.
Natalia, I was so worried about you.
Father,
I knew that was painful for you. But you don't have to suffer anymore. You need not stand in the front lines against the new Order of Lorelei any longer.
Father, why?
Your journey was as an emissary to arrange a summit on the roll of the score. You fulfilled your duty. Why must you fight your own flesh and blood?
Precisely because we share that blood. Some things must be overcome.
Natalia!
No, I don't know. You may be right, Father. Perhaps I shouldn't fight. But the others also know Largo is my father. It won't be any easier for them. I don't know what I should do.
Natalia, I don't think you need to make a decision right away. It will take time for the new Order of Lorelei to prepare for battle.
Yeah, right now Ash should be searching for Master Van. And we have to stop the planet storm. You can use that time to think things over.
You can stay here, or you can come with us and think on the way. Whichever you like.
I'll go. Let me think there with you.
Very well. Be careful, Natalia.
Alright, well, so that happened. So, next we stop the planet storm. Yes. I think Grandfather should know the details. Okay, then let's go to Yulia City. Alright, onwards to Yulia City. Go to the entrance hall of the Fabra Manor and speak to Duke Fabra there. Okay. Supposedly we can't do this now, but we can do this later in this version, but earlier in the 3DS version. Also, apparently if I talk to him, I will actually get the costume I'm wearing. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Young Master, this is truly a great honor. Huh? Did something happen? I'm so proud to hear. Please please hear the details from His Grace. What's this about? Beats me. Luke, rejoice! You're to be named the Light of Lanvaldir. My, that's wonderful. It's a great honor, Luke. Congratulations, Luke. Is that something really special? Oh yeah, you wouldn't have had any way to know about it. The Light of Lanvaldir is our nation's highest honor. My brother is awarding you this distinction to acknowledge your great achievement in neutralizing the miasma. I think you should be happy, Luke. This sort of thing is the only way in which nations can show their thanks. Also, though you have not yet officially entered the court society, His Majesty would specially will be specially granting you noble rank, my brain. Once the world is settled down, you'll have to make a dramatic society debut. But I'm a replica. Are you still saying things like that? You are a member of House Fabra. I'm sure His Majesty will grant you will also grant rank to the other Luke as well. But this medal and rank are because of your efforts. Your formal dress for the ceremony is waiting in your room. Go get dressed. This thing is tight. Wow, Luke looks like a prince. Well, it's not far from the truth, after all. A medal, huh? I didn't really set out to save the world or anything. Should I really be getting this? I don't see why not. I think you've worked hard, Luke. Unless you feel any strong objection, go ahead and accept it. Why is that word so hard for me? It's not something you'll regret having. Jade is right. I think Father wants to apologize to you. He sent you to die not once, but twice. Okay. But yeah, we would get the Viscount, or the costume, basically. Oh, we get a whole ass ceremony. We will now present Luke, eldest son of the House of Duke Fabra, with the Light of Lanvaldir award, and bestow upon him a rank as noble of Kimlaska Lavandir. I like how even in Natalia's, like, princess outfit, she still has a quiver behind her. Luke, you've done well. Thank you. The kingdom hereby grants Luke von Fabra the rank of the rank of Viscount. Action princess. Congratulations, Luke. No, from now on, I should call you Viscount Luke. Congratulations, Viscount Fabra. Thank you. The miasma wouldn't have been neutralized had you not risked your life. We thank you. You are our nation's hero. No, I'm no hero. Don't be humble, Luke. We are truly grateful. I will never forget this day. There. Now we actually get this costume for real. And apparently we can get something else if we go back to the manor. Supposedly we can't get this now. But the side quest guide says it'll remind us later. Did I talk to you? Oh, no, I don't. I talked to Duke Fabra? Is he even here? If I had to guess, they're in their room? Hmm. Okay, I guess he really is just not here. Okay. Alright. Moving on to the next part. Go to King Engelbert's room. Okay. That's the wrong door. Please don't tell me I'm actually about to run through side quest hell before we do any sort of plot stuff again. It seems like anytime we need to go to Yulia City, the game's like, alright, action replay princess. That's gonna be me when I have to activate all the titles to get the rest of it. Because there's a lot of stuff you can actually, like, miss or require you to do multiple playthroughs to get everything. Duke Fabra reacting to Luke and Ash. So what you're saying is, I have 2 sons now. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so apparently we just come in here and talk to you. Natalia, do you wish to know more about your real father? Father, you are my only father. It's alright, I'm well aware of how you feel. But if you have an interest in Largo, in Bodok, then go see your nanny in Cassidonia. Father. Yum yum salad. I just can't imagine fish with something citrusy like... Or no, I guess it wouldn't be citrusy. With something like mangoes going together. And feta? No, that was probably the wrong word to think of. My dude, a mango is not a citrus fruit. I know, that's why I corrected myself. Tangy, I believe the word you're looking for. Yes, there we go. I thought I read feta. What did I read then? Oh, right, it was cottage cheese. Ugh. Why did the game get small? I am really not a fan of cottage cheese. Mango is not tangy, though. It's, well, very sweet, I guess. Yeah, it's not very tangy, but it's, like, tangy enough to not feel like it meshes well. I guess. Where are we going? Cassidonia! Dragon drop away! Yay! Do you mean tangy or tart? I don't know anymore, honestly. I just don't feel like it meshes, is all. Do we have any other items we can give Din? Oh, wow, we actually have quite a lot. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. My eye. No, why is there always something wrong with my eye? There we go. Let's do some trade items. Some more charcoal, some moss, some cactus, some copper ore, some stingers. Feather of the wind, a sacred tree, Navin metal. Okay, cool. Yes. That's it? Man, we're not gonna get any weapons out of this. You know, I would almost want armor at that point, too. Orange gel. Seal bottle. That was, kind of garbage, oh. Oh, we can make a staff. Okay. Not worth. Not worth at all. Alright, what do you got for me, Din? A mace? God damn it! A bow. We're probably gonna get Garbaggio from this, too. So not worth. It's still not worth. Man, this entire thing could be worth it, but, like, there's no way to know what you're gonna get. Self-bow, killer bow. Not very good items. Yeah, like, they're not worth it compared to the merciless bow. Man. I shouldn't have given up the Navi medal for that. Oh well. Ah, my eye. God. There we go. Sorry, I was taking a drink. Let's see, door on the left? Your Highness! Nanny! I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I'm called... Oh, I'm a cowless old lady who helped Mose bring you great pain. Please forgive me. Nanny, no, grandmother. Please tell me about my father, Bodak. But, please. Alright. You may have heard this from your friends already, but Bodak worked as a guard for a caravan that Caravan that traveled the desert. He was a very kind man, took great care of Sylvia, who is often so sick. When they were blessed with a child, he was so excited. What will we name her? What should we do about toys? Let's remodel the house and add a room for the child. It was quite the commotion. Father. And yet, I took you from them. For the sake of the country? No, for sake of the queen consort. She had been troubled for some time that she had been unable to conceive a child. So I quickly consulted a scorer. The scorer had read the score that stated Meryl would become the princess. And because of that... Right after their child was born, Bodak headed out on his next job and was away at that time. When he returned and learned that his child had been taken, he rushed to the castle. But naturally, no one would listen to him, and he had gotten into a fight with the guards, killing one of them. So he left Badical. The one who twisted Bodak's fate, and yours as well, was the old lady you see before you. I am ready for any punishment. Nanny, this is not why I came here. I don't think His Majesty would want that either. Your Highness. You, too, must have suffered when you lost Sylvia. Thank you for telling me everything, Nanny. Well, that's the end of that side quest for now. Apparently, there's more later. Time to go back to Belkins! Oh! Oh, we get a new costume for Jade. Okay, hang on. This is about to become very worth it. I know exactly what this costume is, and I want it. I want it so bad. This is going to be the best and most unsettling thing we've gotten in a while. The giggle. I heard that back on my laptop on the next to me. Dear God. Did that sound demented or something? Because that definitely sounded demented. Jesus Christ. To Belkin! Malicious laughter. This has to be good. Oh, yes. Can I do this yet? Oh, when Natalia rejoins in Badical. Yes. Make your way to phone machine Jesus Christ, this is a tongue twister. Phone machine lab 1. Go inside. Go north, north, and then west. Alright. Get out of my way, sir. I'm trying to go get Jade a new costume. Something that's going to be very worth it. Alright. North, northwest. And west is left. I was about to go right afterwards. And then I had to remind myself that west is this away. If you want a skit, throw in a little... choose loop, tier, and guide. Skits are different for each character at the end of the scene. Okay, so it's at the end of the scene. Dr. Balfour, perfect timing. I was just organizing the chemicals here, but I lost the paper with the chemicals' names written on it. Hey, hey, Ash! Why are you here? I have something I want you to investigate. What was that? What was that smoke? You inhaled it! You inhaled it, didn't you? This is terrible! Terrible? What's terrible? What the hell was that smoke? Flashbang. I know part of it was phonium powder, but I don't know what the other chemical was. It means I don't know whether it was harmless or toxic, either. Wait a minute, what does that mean? Is it just my imagination? It feels like my chest is starting to hurt. My pulse is quickening. This is definitely a reaction occurring. This is bad. I'm sorry, I never imagined the door would open like that. Are you saying this is my fault? Who cares whose fault it is? Jade, what are we going to do? I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you. Without determining what the chemical was, there's nothing we can do. The chemical was entirely vaporized. Then let's have a doctor examine the symptoms. I believe Shu was here before. Right, I'll inform everyone what happened. Was it alright to send him? I doubt it was something that could be contagious. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right now, we have to determine what that chemical was. In the worst case scenario, everyone in this facility could die. At any rate, let's go see Shu fast. Ah. Hey, the doctor's not here. What the heck is he doing at a, what the heck did he go, where the heck did he go at a time like this? I'm feeling kind of tired. I think I'm gonna throw up. I feel faint. This is a problem. I didn't actually inhale much myself. Hey, Hey, Four Eyes, can't you do something in the place of the doctor? Me? I heard from Dis that you studied as a doctor. Well, to some degree. I specialize in autopsies, though. Whatever. It's still a doctor. Alright, then I'll need one of you to be a test subject. Who'll perform that role? Okay. If you want a bonus scene, choose Luke, Tyr, and Annis and Guy. Oh. Luke, Tyr, Annis, or Guy. You know what? I want to know if Annis will have a child moment. If I die, my money will get inheritance money, right? The Curtis family is reasonably wealthy. If the worst happens, I'll pay it myself. Well then, let's begin the examination. I like how Anna's thinking she's about to die. What is this pose? In the fucking cat onesie! She has her arms, like, up in the air. A cursory examination showed no noticeable symptoms. So I conducted a blood test, a phonon test, and a sonograph. And I have a good idea what chemical was mixed in with the phonium. I've mixed an experimental antidote. May I ask you to try it? Okay. She's vibrating. Also, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but Jade is wearing a doctor's outfit. That's his costume. I love it. Oh no, there's no pulse. Jade! Oh dear, I must have administered too much. It was a costly sacrifice, but this makes for useful data. Jade, you bastard! Now I've learned the appropriate level of volume of antidote. How can you say that? What? Wah! And it's just boing! It was a fairly strong mixture, so if I administer too much, a phonon reaction may cause temporary death-like state. Was what I was going to explain, but you drank it before I could. Thanks to Dr. Balfour's antidote, no one was hurt. I believe the chemical mixed in with the phonium was atomic ether acid. That's a fucking word. Jade, you just killed a child. Amazing. Mission complete. That's why you're the best. I love it. Jade, you killed a child. The resultant smoke likely began breaking down oxygen within the bloodstream. Thank you. Sorry for the trouble. I'm truly impressed. Your skills extend even into medical realm. It was no trouble at all. I rarely have the chance to administer injections on living human beings, so I rather enjoyed it. Nothing good happens when people get involved with you. Hey, where are you going? Didn't you have something to do here? Nothing ever goes smoothly with you people around. I'll come back later. Dr. Mambo. The doctor shows back up very confused. There we go. There we go. Perfect. The doctor will see you now. That was worth it. That was very much worth it. Oh my god. That was beautiful. I just love Annis being in a cat onesie. It just spring from the table. Oh my god. There's something magical about Jade just walking around in a doctor's outfit. He's going to the field. What is he going to do? Stop the war? No. Experimentations. Very important. Alright. Next we go to Yulia's city. Well, apparently that's the last side quest we can also do before we have to go back to the plot. Huh. I'm almost at the bottom of this list. Anyway, that's how Jade lost his medical license. Ah, without the magenta filter, this place looks a lot better. That's how I lost my medical license. Laughter stops. Hold on. Go to the Cilia Garden behind Tyr's room for a scene. Okay. Which I believe is up here. My neck. I saw a red book on the table there, too. What is it, Luke? No, when I come to the city, it reminds me of just how bad a person I was. Feeling it's certainly better to feel remorse than not to. But you can't spend all your time like that. I know. I didn't mean I'm gonna start moping around. It's just this place where I made up my mind to change. Oh, this is the place where I made up my mind to change. Yeah, you cut your hair here. I only pretended to change on the outside. My, didn't you want to change from the bottom of your heart? You devoted yourself to atoning for what you did. Yeah, the feelings I felt then were no lie. I was serious, but time and again, I keep learning that those feelings were naive. After I killed someone for the first time aboard the Tartarus, I made a vow that I'd fight. At that time, I didn't understand the fear of really killing people at all. After Xeriuth, I just made excuse after excuse. I didn't even realize I was being rebunked for it. You were also wearing a wig for some reason. Yeah, I love how they voice that part. And whenever you take off the cutscene, or the cutscene is like, yeah, I was really surprised when you took off the wig and cut your hair. Just ... Everyone left me and I didn't want to be abandoned. Even though I didn't really understand anything, I cut my hair and made up my mind to do whatever it took. I cut my hair as a symbol of my strength of my resolve. But when I thought I might actually die for real, I realized just how weak that resolve was. And? You want to whine for a bit now? No, I'm happy I was able to realize things like that. Even if only little by little. And I hope from now on that I can do things that I'll be able to look back on with regret of how naive I was. Oh, no, I can avoid doing things that I look back on with only regret. Okay, never mind. I read that terribly. I think it's going to be hard, but that's why I want to try to live. Your feelings have always been sincere at the time, correct? Huh? Well, yeah, I was immature, but I meant what I said. Then isn't that enough? Human beings aren't perfect. Yeah. Are you just trying to pretend to be all mature now or something? No, of course not. It did sound like that. You've come this far doing what you think is best, right? Don't make excuses for it. It makes you sound pathetic. Yes, I don't think there are any words to be said about this sort of thing. Actions speak louder than words. Sorry. I think you're mature, Master. Thanks, Mew. Aww. That was cute. You can run into this one automatically. Just attempt to leave. Wait, we go there? Oh no. Okay, well, first let's do the plot for now. Because there's a lot of other cutscenes we can do afterwards, but we need a really big plot point to start happening first. We have to get to the point in the plot where we get the second best boy.
What do we need to do to stop the planet storm?
The planet storm is controlled by a giant phonic glyph. It's said that Yulia used the Sword of Lorelei to carve the phonic glyph into the land.
So we'll need to do something about that phonic glyph.
The Sword of Lorelei gathers seventh phonons, and the jewel disperses them. If Yulia gathered seventh phonons with the Sword of Lorelei and opened the gate, then we should be able to disperse them with the jewel and close it.
Do we even know how to use the jewel?
Let us use documents from the time to analyze the jewel here.
Thank you.
Could we split up for a bit while that's being done?
That's unusual coming from you, Tyr.
I don't see why not.
Then we'll meet back here later.
Okay. What does the jewel look like? Because I got to see its model, but I want to see what its icon is. There it is. Jewel crafted by Yulia has the power to disperse the seventh phonon. It looks like it's an equipable. It is! The hell? What does that do? It prompts you to check the wiki, apparently. Damn, you already knew what I was doing, huh? God, the Jewel of Lorelei is effectively broken. Oh, apparently it does, Huh. Apparently this is a healing item. Hang on. No? Okay, I guess this might be a charm, then? Yeah, it's probably a charm. That's not it. That's Tyr's pendant. Okay, it's not a charm. Crest? Because they base it on the icon. There we go. What the hell? Yeah, that is kind of broken. Grants the wearer 10% max TP and HP regeneration. And it's only equipable to Luke. Holy shit, yeah, I'm equipping that. I mean, we lose like 200 speed, but like 10% regen? That's ridiculous. Apparently we don't keep it for very long, which honestly makes me want to put on the Persian boots to make sure that we don't lose it before a battle or whatever. We can also just re-equip things in battle, so you know what, I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yeah, 10% regen of HP and TP. Holy fuck, that's good. Hey, Jade, what's up?
How are you feeling?
Fine right now, but Tyr and Mew found out.
Mew, I know.
I see. So Tyr knows. Poor thing.
Yeah, I feel bad for making her worry about me.
You're amazingly dense, aren't you, Luke?
I don't think so.
Oh? Well, then perhaps you're so preoccupied with her that you haven't noticed. Or maybe it's a self-defense reflex. Oh well, it's none of my business.
I like how during that you could hear for some reason his shuffling. Ay, what the Hi. It didn't show up the first time. Thank you.
What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you to go see Tyr. Go on.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the reason we heard him shuffling in that recording for the line was like he was either turning the page or he was like actively shrugging IRL. Anyways, Annis, are we about to have a child moment?
Wow. Ion managed the Order in conjunction with this place.
Yeah, this is like the real core of the Order of Lorelei.
I'd better shape up. I've got to beat the people here.
Why?
Beat them? A really great actor acts with his whole body when he's, even just when he's voicing. I believe it.
It's still a secret. Anyway, do you think Natalia's okay? Hmm? You've been friends since you were kids. Go and cheer her up.
That's oddly insightful of you, Annis. Also, what do you mean by beat these people? Annis, I'm not accepting any violence from you. Because that would be wrong. No violent. Oh, hey, guy.
Tyr seems pretty cold, but she's actually pretty nice, huh?
What do you mean?
You haven't really seen her at all.
Sure I have. She's always hard on me. Well, she's nice sometimes, I guess.
Are you stupid? Only a child needs kindness to be blatantly obvious in order to see it. If you haven't realized it for yourself yet, go and look for her now and see what you find.
Everybody basically saying, just fuck already! Okay, well, hang on. Where's Natalia? We should probably find her before we go see Tyr. If I had to guess, she's probably here? No, there's just a replica standing here, awkwardly. Just do the foreshadowing plot importance romance scene already. Pretty much. Where's Natalia, though? I wonder if she's back in here. And I just gotta missed her. Nope. Okay, where's Natalia? Unless, I bet you she's on the port. Because I would imagine Tyr would have gone to her room. So how many hours deep into this are we now? Let's find out. Because this will be wrong. Because this is, takes into account 2 different playthroughs. Okay, so... Okay, so this was the end of the New Game Plus save. This was the start of it? So, like, we'll go with 90. So, 135 minus 90. We are about 45 hours into this. Given, we haven't had to do a lot of grinding and other stuff because I've got a side quest guide. So, yeah. Although, I'd argue if you didn't know what you were doing, this game is about 90 hours on its own. Or, you know, maybe that save file actually has everything. Who knows? Oh, dear God, that's terrifying to think about. And it's like, oh yeah, we're nearing the end game. And then I look at the clock, it's like, oh, no, you've got still like another 30 hours left. So the important plot is already passed? Well, we did just try to kill ourselves to save the world, you know. Taking all the replicas with us to try and neutralize the magenta filter. I mean, miasma. But we're somehow alive, although we're dying. So, you know. There's that. Where the hell did Natalia go? Is she in here? No. Okay. I see I missed a few details. Oh well, carry on. Exactly, it's fine. Oh yeah, I think Ion's died, though.
Do you mind if I ask you how it felt? When you learned that your brother had this terrible plan.
It didn't sound real.
Real?
Yes. It felt like I was listening to a story. I didn't understand what he was talking about.
I think I know what you mean. My whole mind just went blank for a moment.
After that, I frantically investigated what he was trying to do. And I decided I had to stop him no matter what. Even if it killed the both of us.
How did you become so determined?
Van was the only relative I had in this world. As one who shared the same blood, I felt I had to stop him. No matter how many times I asked him, he wouldn't tell me the truth. When I first confronted Van, turned my blade on him, I was like a cornered animal. I couldn't see anything at all.
Tyr.
You shouldn't make the same choice I did, and I don't think you need to.
I want to save this world. Even if the planet's memory really is absolute. Yulia left behind an absolute score, yet she didn't read anything in it about replicas. I want to bet on that. On the hope that Luke represents.
Yes, Luke taught us that people can change. Watching him, I put to rest the old me that thought of nothing but killing my brother.
And instead decided to start a romance moment.
I was able to try to understand Van's real feelings.
But I have a feeling I understand why Largo was supporting Van. I don't mean to say that he should be allowed to do what he's doing, but...
Natalia, I don't think it's necessary to understand everything rationally.
What?
I never thought I'd hear you say something like that.
Seriously.
I can say this only because I hold on so hard to being rational. Some answers you can only find by letting go.
Tyr, thank you.
That seems kind of counterintuitive, but carry on.
I should leave Natalia to Tyr for now. I'll head back to Teodoro.
She's just been standing in the stairwell this whole time. Well, at least that tells me where Natalia was.
Just as I thought, this jewel is inscribed with a phonic art as well.
That's some nice character development, though. I agree.
Please focus 7th phonons into it.
Damn, everyone did turn out for the better. They really did. Especially Luke here, who went from, I'm the ambassador, listen to me, I know what's right, to, you know what? Let's think about this. Let's talk it out. We're not gonna kill anyone.
Its dispersive power and phonic art will activate, stopping the phonic glyph.
That'll close the gate, huh?
Yes. I would seal it off at the absorption gate. That's where the planet storm finishes its cycle.
Luke saying, let's think about this, does not sound Luke-like. I know, right?
Closing it there is the most logical choice.
Just kind of does and thinks later.
The absorption gate. That's where we fought Vane.
Oh no, I don't want to have to go down there again. Well, I mean, at least now I have a plot reason to go down there.
Tyr.
Maybe I'll get a quick jump option.
If we stop the planet storm, we'll be able to approach Eldrent. It may be painful for you, but let's do our best.
Right.
What about you, Natalia? Are you going to be okay?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Hey, what about me? And me?
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Ready?
Hold on a second.
Then we're off to the absorption gate. Wait, one of those responses sounded weird.
Oh, details. There's no time. Let's go.
Thank you, Jade. One of those responses sounded weird. Jade trying to chime in on the situation. God. I love that Jade is such a goddamn goofball. Like, he's serious and stern and, like... No, I guess there's only 2 words I can use there. He's serious and such, but, like... I don't know. He likes to just kind of mess around, too. I guess when you become older, you do start to want to just play around a lot more. He's still starting every battle with, "Don't worry, the worst thing happens is they're all going to die." Yeah, basically. Alright, time to go to the absorption gate. Thankfully, we have the power to land here now, but we're, my god, the bloom. Those particle effects stood no chance on the simulator. But now I've come back here for the proper reason.
Never thought we'd come here again.
A lot more people have died since then.
We've got to put an end to this.
That's why we've come here, right?
Yes, but it looks like we're not the only ones who've come.
That's an Oracle ship. We'd best be careful.
But I thought the remnants of the Oracle was on our side. Unless the new order has been, like, using Oracle ships. That would be very confusing if that was the case. Thankfully, I should be able to just go to the bottom now, right? Right?
The planet storm. We're going to stop this.
Colonel, how do we do that?
Let's head for the absorption point at the bottom. There should be a phonic glyph controlling the planet storm there.
Below the passage ring.
All right.
Okay. So it's all about just heading to the bottom. Do I have any holy bottles? Because I'll use some of those. Ooh, hello. When did I get some red lavender? Phonic attack? Give that to Jade. Okay. Because, you know, Jade's not powerful enough as it is. Thankfully, it shouldn't take that long to get down there. Since, considering this dungeon's already finished. I just really wish there was a quick jump point, you know? I'm pretty sure in a more modern interpretation of this game, they definitely would have made one. I think I go this way. There should be a point, not there. Pretty sure it's over here. That I can go down. And then down again. Ah, there it is. Down there. Oh. Just channel my inner Crypt of the Necrodancer moment. Wow, you really memorized this one, huh? Everything looks the same. Yeah, unfortunately I kind of had to when I came down here thinking this is where I had to go before. What did I just hear? That's a good question. I had you on low volume. But you didn't enjoy the bassy oh. Suddenly just hear oh. My throat could definitely use some work before I start doing that again. Are you gonna be an opera singer or something? And what if I am? What if I am? I could do myself better. I could be pretty. Someone just was spammed the Moai emote. Oh! Now this save point has a wing bottle thing! Yes! Thank God!
One of the Oracle Knights is waiting for us up ahead.
How do you know that?
Lagretta, Largo, or Sink?
Or possibly all of them.
Largo.
Natalia, are you okay?
You look pale. Don't push yourself.
It could be the bright light we're standing in.
I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of myself for becoming so distraught. But I'm all right. Let's go.
God, just Jade in his doctor's uniform. This is funny to me. It's so fitting for him. Ah, it's bright. My eyes.
Ion?
What?
Replica, why have you come here?
Ash! Largo!
Time to commit medical malpractice. What is this glowing?
I'm finally able to maintain a physical form again.
Ah, fuck.
That voice.
Ah, not only did you recompile yourself, but you've also, like, recreated your clothing.
This is the fragment of the 7th phone stone that sank into the core.
Now I can finally learn the score of the 7th phone stone.
Stop!
That was a very quiet gunshot. We are the Borg.
Master. To think I would be bested in battle. Replica or not. You were magnificent.
Van, what have you done with Lorelei?
Le, va, neu, kula, twe, le.
That's Yulia's phonic hymn.
My body, its phonon separating, was drawn into the planet storm. Just as I thought I was going to vanish, I remembered Yulia's phonic hymns and sang. Those were the words of the Covenant. Lorelei responded, answering his pact with Yulia.
The separating phonons composing Van's body were drawn in by Lorelei.
And reconstructed?
Yes. Lorelei patched my scattered body together, although it is surprisingly awkward.
How so?
I finally succeeded in putting the struggling Lorelei to sleep and left the planet storm.
Commandant, I think Mose will go mad soon.
Go mad?
Stop! I'm going to send you back to the hell you came from!
The Commandant has returned. We can finally destroy Lorelei, this planet's cursed memory.
Like he hasn't already.
I won't let you interfere.
Damn it! Get that stupid mound of flesh out of my way!
Ash, join me. With your hyper-resonance, we can erase the memory of a future destined for destruction. Man will be set free.
I refuse!
Then Luke, how about you? It seems I underestimated you. You are worthy of my attention. If you come with me, I will welcome you just as I would Tyr and Guy.
I refuse.
I expected no less.
Damn it, he got away.
Ash, stop Master Van!
Largo, please put away your weapon.
This world is rotten.
That's not true.
Day in and day out. Score, score, score! How many lives have been thrown away for it?
What you're trying to do is no different in the end.
Van's plan, our plan, is twisted. But without a medicine this strong, the world will follow Yulia's score and die. As long as the originals remain, so will remnants of the planet's memory.
You're an idiot. You are an original to this world. You're just gonna fade along with it.
The idea of killing everyone alive today is crazy.
This coming from the man who massacred replicas to consume them.
That's right. I consumed their lives and chose to preserve this original world.
Well said. You are a worthy opponent. On guard!
Boss time!
Never show your enemy. person. Princess, no matter who he is, Mercy
Ah,
no
Natalia's not in the party. Never show your enemy.
For you, Largo, simple, honest to the very end. Fight you with everything I have.
It's too bad. I don't mind idiots like you.
That's good. The Black Lion might be a fool, but he's not weak.
We're not weak either. We will win.
I give you fair warning as a fellow Oracle Knight.
Very well. Come, children. Let me crush you.
You ain't not using your Mystic Art on me, bitch. Not when I have the ability to just counter you. Explode! Next!
Prepare yourself.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Be gone. Admonishing melody. Arise in the name of the necromancer.
Kaboom! 12,000 damage in one hit.
Bring it on. Tip it.
Oh no! Ow! You dick! That hurt. The worst thing happened. Damn. Guess that. Guy was about to say his enemy defeated line, where he says, "Guess you're done." That was odd timing. Guess what? Guess what? You dead. Oh, Annis learned over. Wow, Jesus Christ. That did not look like she earned that much. Wow, that was a really shit time for Natalia to learn happiness. Holy shit. Kills her biological father. Natalia learned happiness.
I'm taking you with me.
Like hell you are.
Good shot, Meryl. How you've grown.
Largo, we both want the same thing. We're both trying to get away from the score. Why do we have to kill each other like this?
It's not the same thing. Listen, boy. This is a battle of beliefs, of convictions.
Convictions?
We think that this world should be destroyed and reborn.
Nothing like a good old... Seriously.
You think that people should start over again. The result may be the same, but they're different. Show your enemy no mercy. With shallow feelings like that, you'll never defeat him. Farewell, Meryl.
Father!
Well,
I'm sorry to sound cruel, but we didn't come here to defeat Largo. We came here to close the absorption gate.
I know, but Natalia...
How about you wait here, Natalia? There's no reason to push yourself.
No. No, I'm going with you.
Okay. Can you stand?
Natalia, you don't have to force yourself.
I'm fine. Let's go.
yeah, we can look at her feeling... Dr. Jade! Okay. Where's the stairs? There they are. Why do we get this skit now? I don't know. Actually, I think I do know. It's because we just got this, this outfit. Aren't we able to go lower than this? How deep does this place go? Is there an entire dungeon down here?
How do we close this thing?
It's a giant phonic glyph. It's just like the legends. Yulia opened the gate here with the Sword of Lorelei.
Then we need to use the jewel.
Got it. I'll give it a try.
Into the abyss, you might say. Yes. Why is the glyph able to move? Did we just die?
Is this the core?
Is this a new audio effect? Oh, hey, Van. Yeah, just casually.
I see. So Master Van took Lorelei inside himself here.
I will give you some of Lorelei's power. Live for a while longer, and lend me your aid.
I didn't expect to see you here, Commandant.
What's going on? How come I'm seeing this? Am I merging with the planet storm because I've started to disappear? Then, is this the planet's memory? Is this reality? Out of my way!
Van hasn't yet fully recovered, and you have the key. It may lack the jewel, but it's still a threat. Hand it over.
Ash! Replica! What do you want? I'll take the jewel and join you. We'll set Lorelei free. Just hold out until I get there. Don't tell me what to do!
What the hell was that about? Okay.
Luke, are you okay?
Luke, hang on.
Was that a dream? What happened to the gate?
The phonic glyph reacted to the jewel and appears to have lost its effect.
In other words, it worked. You did it. Great. Then we can close the radiation gate the same way.
I wonder what Van and the others are doing.
That's right. Ash is in danger. We have to go after him.
He's in danger? Did we get a quick warp?
Sink.
You've got better skills than energy blast, rather.
Ash, where's Master Van? Outside. He's watching Mose make Ion's replica read the score on the 7th phone stone.
Let's go.
Is Ash in our party for some reason? No, okay. Actually, what are my levels looking? Yeah.
Thus shall Aldrant be destroyed by the miasma and turned to dust. This is the end of Aldrant.
Nice! Then, is this fragment really from the 7th phone stone?
Of course.
Stop this!
Don't get
Stop it!
Please stop jiggling like that. Um. Oh no! He Gmoded away!
See how that would...
Yeah, that's about the response I expected. Okay.
No, that's not it.
Bye, I
inside
guess.
me grew restless for a moment. The Jewel of Lorelei? No. Lorelei is awakening.
Van! Commandant, your body!
Luke, just stab him! Oh god, what is happening?
You've got to be kidding me.
You had the perfect opportunity. Yeah. Oh god, the replica ion is shaking.
Lorelei. Van was unable to contain Lorelei's power within his body.
Commandant! What happened to Lorelei?
There's no cause for concern. I've suppressed it.
But we should return to Eldrint for the sake of your health.
Step across the sea of corpses and make your way to me, Ash and Luke. And at that time, I shall ask you once more.
Oh my god, you're desperate for our attention, aren't you, Van?
Van, wait!
Mysterica, the next time we meet, I will show no mercy even to you.
Now they know where the key of Lorelei is. Be careful. Van will be coming in full force to steal it from you. If we release Lorelei into the phone belt, Van will lose his chance to destroy Lorelei. The seventh phonon, the score, and the planet's memory will all remain. Exactly. I'll come see you once you stop the planet storm. Don't let them take the jewel.
Well, I guess as long as we keep the sword and the jewel...
nicer toward you.
As long as we keep the two things separate, then they can't win. I think it's because, Ash is not only alive, but also Luke had the jewel the whole time.
You think so?
But he seemed sad for some reason.
Hey, is it okay if we take this kid to Doth? I don't think he has anywhere else to go.
Good idea. Okay, let's get him to Doth.
Yes, let's take Good Boy to Doth. So apparently if we did the side quest earlier, we should get a new scene here. Luke, could I have a moment? What is it? I'd like to take a little time to pray. Okay, sure. Were you praying for Largo? Yes. It's alright to not... Is it alright to not make a grave for him or something? Bodok and Largo would both be criminals if they were judged under the light of Kimloska law. I think it would be better than that he rest peacefully in this land. Right. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go. That was it. And it just kicks us out. Okay. Alright, so now we head to Doth. Yeah, remember what I said we were going to be finished the game today? Yeah, probably not. So, new Ion. Yeah, we have a new Ion with us now. Does this person still sell those knives or whatever? Yes, at exorbitant prices. Moving on. My OCD every time I see that chest there, by the way.
I believe Yulia City already sent a report, but this is a replica of Phone Master Ion.
I thought it would be best if Doth took him in.
I see. We'll take good care of him.
Aw, he looks so
Don't
scared.
worry. The people here won't force you to read the score. You aren't staying, Annis? No. I have something I need to do.
I'm sorry, but this scene is unusually cute considering Annis is actually wearing a kitty onesie. It's like she's his big plushie. I don't know. It's adorable.
Don't worry. Annis will be back once it's all over. I'm sure she'll come see you. And I will too, of course.
By the way, what should we call him? Ion would be a bit...
Why don't you name him Annis? He has grown attached to you after all.
Florian.
Florian?
It means innocent one.
Florian, I'll come back to see you later, okay? Ion.
Annis, let's go.
Aw. But yeah. So now there's a new Ion named Florian. And he is legitimately just named Good Boy. Okay, so. Apparently if we go up to Ion's room, we'll get another thing. That's because that's what he is. Yes, exactly. He is legitimately just a good boy. Go into Ion's bedroom and talk to Florian. You'll get an item. They've already dressed him up as Ion. Annis, welcome back. Hi, how have you been? Okay. You sound kind of down. Everyone besides you looks at me strangely. It makes me scared. That was fast, I know, right? I see. Annis, don't you think you should stay with Florian for a while? No, I can't. We have things we have to do. For Florian's sake, too. Well, yeah, but... Annis, are you leaving again? Yeah, I still have work to do. But how about we eat dinner today, okay? Dinner together today. Then sleep together. Sleep together? Luke, you're thinking something weird, aren't you? I meant all this together. All of us together. Okay. Well, I'll be together. Yeah, I'll make dinner. I'll try something I've never made before. What do you want to eat, Florian? I want to eat stew. I saw it in a book in the library. It looks good. Oh, that was him giving it to her. Gotcha. Just leave it to Annis. I got the stew recipe. Nice. So, to stop the planet storm, we head to the radiation gate at the southwesternmost point of Aldrint. Alright, let's go. Love me a good stew. Me too. Papa, Mama, take good care of Florian for me. We will. You be careful now, Annis. And the rest of you too. We will. Take care, Annis. See you soon. Aww. Apparently... If you want to get a title with Annis later on, choose her here. If you don't choose her, you'll be unable to complete part 19 of this quest. Swing by the Fabra Manor in Batical. Choose the character who has a few recipes mastered. As noted above, I recommend choosing Annis. You'll get the miso stew recipe. Yo. How do I know if someone's mastered a recipe? There's no stars here like there is in, what's it called? In Tales of Symphonia. Let's see Annis making a stew, though. Let's give it a shot. Damn! Annis made a really good stew! 50% HP, 30% TP. Also, she turned it into a meat stew. Ooh. Hell yeah, beef stew. Oh yeah, that makes me hungry. Oh, I could go for a beef stew right now, honestly. That sounds delicious. It seems like you can do the entire... You can do the entirety of this. Okay. But it looks like we can do the next part later. We also need to actually master some recipes with Anise, so... I guess I'll set up my shortcuts so that Anise is the one who can use them. There we go. Let's do that quickly. I'll have her make a Oh, that's how you know! If they have a star next to their icon. And apparently, Jade has mastered a thing. Bum 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 bum. Which icon? There's like a star that appeared next to Jade's icon. Or his graphic on the right. Here, I'll show it. It was one of these. If I do this... There we go. Yeah, he mastered making the sandwich. So there's a star on his icon right now. Oh my god, this is so bloody loud. At least there is an indication, so there's that. There's no, like, progress meter, though, like in Symphonia. Alright, but we want to head to the radiation gate. Because we can't begin a bunch of extra stuff. Mastered making a sandwich. I'm a steal. Yes. Do you ever just master the... Oh, Jesus!
Stop us from closing the gate.
I'll force our way through.
Right.
They're firing upon us! Oh god, what is this place? Did we just find, like, Chernobyl? No, I don't think I've mastered the... Oh, Jesus!
Looping and swerving.
Hang in there, Mew.
A radiation gate, can't you read?
That was
is
some amazing
fair.
flying, Noel. We owe you.
Chernobyl while it's still exploding.
No, I think my brother could have done it better. I'm still so new.
No way! Don't say that! We never could have made it by ourselves.
Enemies may attack from Eldrit. If it looks dangerous, get out of here.
Thank you. Please be careful.
Oh, Mew's like laying on the ground like, eh. Whoa. Music change. Where do I go? Because there's the thing there. Ah, we go down the spot. Why is there a massive dragon spine here? Da-na-na-na.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Bone Zone. Oh no! Well, we're boned. Why do these enemies just look like Twilight Princess enemies? Grand Cross? Whoa! Light Blast! There we go. I looped, rather followed it up. Oh, right. We needed Jade to start spamming Thunderblade. So that he could learn Indignation! Namely because I really want him to cast that.
Prepare yourself.
Bring it on. You're mine.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn back off Force Field because it's like the only thing she ever casts. When she doesn't have it on, she actually casts arts, so no Force Field. Actually, wait. Can you cast Judgment?
Understood.
Rest in a merciless silver embrace. Guardian field. Absolute. Demon Fang.
Ah, I wasn't next to it. Pain. Unfortunately, the problem with Judgment is it's, like, not a focus attack. It's, like, AoE. And even then, it's random. So, as cool as Judgment is, it's not a very useful spell. I'm also fighting because... could probably use the experience on this point. Rending Quake! Jesus Christ, everybody, please! Everybody's just... holy crap.
You're no match for us.
Everybody just started doing FOF changes, like what the hell? Okay, so it looks like we can go lower, but I want to find out what's in here. That bone is going through the wall, like it was growing. Is this place a giant skeleton? That's a scary thought. Alright, I'm gonna avoid some of the encounters now. Ooh, hello. Star Rod. It's not more powerful, but it certainly looks cooler. Can I give you anything different? Oh, you're using the same equipment. Okay, never mind, though. That looks like I can bust it open. I, in fact, can. Can I ride this? Whoa, God! I guess that answers that question. There's a treasure chest over here. Okay. How do I get... oh, go down. Oh, do I just jump down these? This animation is not very good. Oops. I guess you are just dropping, not really jumping. I like how he did it all with his hands in his pockets. Nice touch. Oh, we're already here. Okay, well that makes this easy. Most casual leap.
This is a passage ring, right? So there was one here, too.
Of course. We had planned to come here, you know.
This is where Ash helped us.
Yeah. Seems like I can't do anything without his help.
Of course.
Huh?
The two of you managed to lower all of the outer lands together.
Ash might not have been able to do it by himself either.
Yeah, a single person
That
doesn't
thing
really
looks
have
lewd.
much power.
Kinda.
But
Colonel!
Oop, I didn't get to see what he said.
both are true. There are two sides to the power people hold. That power cannot be used properly until one recognizes them both.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My power is just like that.
You know both the horror and importance of power. Don't fear it, but don't let it go to your head.
Ah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben. I want those treasures. Cobalt chamber. With great loot comes great ash. I don't know. The latter part's a little bit debatable. I already got this earlier. Why are you giving me another one, game? I got this one from a treasure chest, too. Okay, whatever. We got a cobalt chamber, though, so I want to quickly put that somewhere. Let's see. I think blue just reduces the cost, right? No, it increases the power. Well, if that's the case... reduce recovery time. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. Wait, does that mean that Grand Cross is actually light-based instead of being holy-based? Yes. So the 6th phonon is light. Okay, so she actually knows all of them then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, second, third, fourth. Oh, 5th. She's missing the 4th. Yeah, she's missing the 4th. Interesting. I wonder if I missed it.
What's that?
I've got a bad feeling here. Let's hurry up and get this done.
I'm gonna make a save right quick. Yeah, we're definitely not finishing this game today. It'll probably have to be when I come back from my trip. But here's the glyph that we need to shut down. So what are we doing here?
It's that sound again.
Damn it! Is it an enemy? We've got to get this gate closed fast.
Hurry! Hurry! We're not gonna make it in time!
What is that sound? Well, we've closed the glyph. Mose!
Up there.
He still has his mind.
We finally killing this fat ass? Oh, I hope so.
I know he killed Ion, but I kind of feel sorry for him.
Phone Master! No, Grand Maestro Mose, please, return to your senses!
The emulator does not like the ground.
Mose!
I don't. Fair. Traitor! Oh, shut up, you big lard ass.
Let's end it. Even he doesn't deserve this.
Ah, it's debatable. He wanted to know the score so bad, he made another Ion.
Bring it on!
We finally killed this bastard! I tune into the stream and I tune into Yandere. I'm not quite in love with anything here. Goring hell! Jesus! That was beautiful. And that's the end of him. No, this isn't Yandere arc. This is Vengeance arc. Like, the only way this could be more edgy is if I suddenly started playing Rules of Nature. I was waiting for my Mystic art, honestly, that whole time. Is he going to explode? Oh! He melted.
It's horrible.
Mose clung to the score to the very end. Even after becoming a monster. It was all about the score.
Vinny just streamed Baldur's Gate 3 because a stream friend got Larian to send him a code for it. He said he'd just try it. It's not his kind of game, and he just ended up streaming it for 5 hours straight and was addicted, lol. I can see people being into that after a while. I mean, you got me that way with Hades, that's for sure. Yeah, now he certainly is
He
something,
truly
yeah.
believed that as long as we had Yulia's score, the world would be saved.
That doesn't mean I'm about to start playing Baldur's Gate.
He was trying
That being
to
said,
save the world in his own way.
That was what protecting the score meant to him.
I have too much to play right now. That's what you think. No,
Let's go to
I have too much to... Yeah, Maybe I should be telling your lady friend that too, Or sorry, your wife at this point. You have no idea what is to happen to you, Rei-san. Oh god, I'm so demented. I love it. Did he have the same shock reaction when he chose to have nudity shown and saw nudity? Right, I was hearing about that.
If Master Van completes his replica world, this will all have been for
No,
nothing.
he just didn't care, lol. Oh, that's fair. I had kind of the same reaction when I saw someone playing Cyberpunk, and it's just like, you can choose your dick size. And I was just like, okay. Definitely more of a Western dev thing, but alright.
No. Let's stop Master Van and free Lorelei, so we can build our own future.
If we're going to Eldrint, we'll have to pass through their anti-aircraft fire. Let's look into the matter at the military headquarters in Grand Kokma.
Right. Good idea.
Although I have to say, I should have a teleport point up here that I can use. I'm just gonna go with the default penis is not something I thought I would ever hear on a Vine Sauce stream. That's fair. I'll just go with the default penis. That's a quote right there. If anybody had like a quote bot running, that's immediately what somebody would do. But yeah, we've murdered Mose! The bastard is finally dead! We have avenged Ion in full, and kind of, you know, given him his girlfriend back, too. Well, the original Ion, at least, there. How much of this game do you have? Let's see here. World map. Okay, so we've got the radiation gate, and then it's Eldrin afterwards. I'm almost at the bottom of the side quest guide. Yeah, Ion is pretty forgivable. Mean. It's okay, we have a new Ion, and he's a good boy. He is literally named Innocent One. May his memory be forever forgotten. Oh, that's mean. Oh, the game is saying we're going to our final battle. Like, for real. Mose, I mean. Oh. Oh! Yeah, no, fuck Mose. Yeah. Hopefully Mose just disappears into nothingness in everybody's mind. Pull a Sephiroth.
We've been waiting. With the planet storm gone, Eldrint has lost its armor.
You want me to do that? Ow! Ow! So, what just happened was, I have my legs crossed, and my leg slipped out from under me, and slammed right into my chair leg. Ow! Ow! God damn it! That hurt! My toes are like the softest and weakest part of my body. Did your balls get crushed? Not this time. Our ouch is more like it. Yeah, that was worth it.
The Kimlaskan and Malkuth allied forces began preparations for deployment the moment the planet storm stopped.
This time?
All to support you.
I, may have done so in the past. What are you hiding from us, Ark? I don't think you want to know.
Thank you. But Eldrin still has strong anti-aircraft defenses.
C&B? No, not my thing. In the slightest. Not my thing.
Eldrin's anti-air fire takes approximately 15 seconds to reload between barrages.
Wait, so... CBT closed beta test?
We could use that time to predict the next attack and get close. My brother could do it, but...
Shall we find Ash and have Genji take your place?
No. Please allow me to do it. I'm the pilot of the Albior 2. I've had the same training as my brother. It's all right. I'll do it.
We're counting on you.
Sounds like that settles it then.
So, this is it.
You twink.
Are you all really okay with going to Eldrin? Natalia, you're the successor to the throne of Kim.
Actually, if we're going to Eldrint, this is actually the end of the game.
Jade, you have your military post defending Malkuth. And then...
What are you saying after everything that's happened? I can't leave after coming this far.
I have to make my brother, make Van take responsibility.
There's another term that uses that algorithm, some sort of therapy. I think I know what you're talking about.
If Ion were here, he'd tell me to see everything through to the end.
When I met my sister's replica, I realized, as a citizen of Hod myself, I can't allow the dead...
What is she wearing? Oh, you haven't seen this yet. We got a costume where she got a cat onesie, so I've just been leaving it on her because it's made everything really funny. Also, seeing her be like really soft and sweet to the replica Ion that's basically a newborn child made her look like a giant plushie, and I thought it was adorable, so I'm leaving it on her now. This is just her permanent costume for me for the end of the game. Yeah, she's a cat's one. She's wearing a cat's onesie, spelled with a K.
His Majesty. And besides, you need a captain when deploying soldiers.
Ah, so this is one of your fantasies.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
I think Luke's reaction spells volumes about my reaction to that
Chief of
statement.
Staff Sesamin, can we request support fire during the assault? We'll neutralize the anti-aircraft fire from inside Eldrint and head
I will neither confirm nor deny this.
Very well. But eliminating Van.
Oh,
takes
itchy.
priority. Even with the anti-aircraft fire neutralized, we have no...
Understood.
I didn't mean to push the button.
All right.
Oh well.
All that's left is to find Ash and complete the Key of Lore.
The Allied force will await your arrival in Chesedonia. We're all counting on you.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This guy's face looks so default. Like, dear God. I mean, he is old. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna move on. Oh yeah, you missed the part where Jade killed Annis due to medical malpractice. Oh yeah! I administered a little too much of the drug. Annis has no pulse. She got better, clearly. Yeah, she just leapt from the table. It's like, ah yes, I forgot to tell you that administering too much might cause you to be in a temporarily dead-like state. Gets up from the table perfectly fine. I see. Do you ever just die, but get better? It happens to cats alike. Wait, maybe that's why Annis lived through that. She's wearing the cat's onesie. Now she's got 9 lives. That's how that works, right? Oh, she's got 8 now. Maybe a couple short, because, you know, she's probably died in combat a couple times. She got better, though. I don't know where I'm going with this bit. Dear God, there's still so many side quests that I can do. Stripped ribbon. Do I have that still? I don't remember selling it. Do I have it? I don't. That's not good. I think the stream died. Oh, I did drop some frames, but I appear to be fine now. Yeah, I think I'm good too. Yeah, we're back. Okay. Are we good? If we're okay, give me a hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, that actually hurt more than I thought it would. Oh my God. Agility? Hell yeah. There we go. Perfect. Image frozen for me. Let me reload. Alright. That's fair. Yeah, we back. Cool. Cool. Good. I need a striped ribbon. Where the hell do I get a striped ribbon? That's not the button I wanted. Shops is X. Okay. Let's see. Heck no. Oh no! There's a bit of a delay, like more than usual. Ah. Well, here, I'll do this just in case.